effect of group size on conformity. There was an experiment done. There was a group of people. They should compare 3 lines, which one of these 3 lines has the same length as another line. And then all of a sudden, all the people were saying first, the wrong, the wrong, the wrong, the wrong. And then there was this test subject, which was not a confederate, and was wondering why all the people saying the wrong answer. And the person was oftentimes 37% of the times deciding to follow along and say the wrong answer to fit in. And now, when was the experiment repeated with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 people saying within a row the wrong answer, and there was then found out after 3 or 4 people, it doesn't really matter if 5 or 6, the person pretty much follows along with the same probability. So there are diminishing returns. It could be 1 person or 2 person that has a great difference if it's 1 or 2 person, but as soon as it's 3 or 4, there isn't much changing whether you get 5, 6 or 7 or 8 people. And there's been said as the reason in this book that the person is not trying to just count how many people are having that opinion, but to look how many distinct, individual, independent thinkers are there. So another experiment then would be to take then a group of 4 people, and they're having an opinion, or having 2 groups of each of them of 2 persons. So again, 4 people, but 2 different groups, and it is more likely that the person then believes them, because that person has the perception that these are 2 individual thinkers. The group of 4 people, the person might have just the perception it's just 1 thinking brain, whereas with 2 groups, 2 brains. Or even with 3 groups, was it then even more. Otherwise, the person might think these are just spineless sheep. It is looked at the perception of how many independent, distinct, individual thinkers are there, not how big the total number is. That is according to Social Psychology, written by Sharon S. Bremen, Soul and Cassin, a US-American book from the year 1996, on the page 338. The positions and views expressed are the ones of a source and don't necessarily align with my own or with the ones of the entities spoken of.